everyone, Ivy Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, I'm gonna be a little bit bad and a little bit of a hypocrite and summon on one of these banners even though I think they're terrible. But I'm only gonna do one little gamble. Hold till I get one legendary and then stop. Although, guys, look at this. Look at this. This isn't worth it. You know what? Maybe I don't do this. The pities are split. A change of plans might be the real reality. These are terrible. So I misread this. Okay, so Hero's Blessing. The blessed hero's summoning probability boosts among legendary heroes. 1 times chance. I know this is terrible. So legendary heroes of the session. So I think, I mean, to be fair, I think the only legendaries we can get are the ones from this pool. But unfortunately, it includes Urion and Tall War, who I already have. Now, to be fair, if I did get another dupe, that could be someone that I used for buying another artifact, which I already have an extra dupe or 2 on this main account. So I don't know how I feel about that. And the problem is, I thought there was already a 2 times once you get started. But no, it's not. It's actually the very first time you pull, there's no increased chance. There's no chance. What the hell? It's after you summon. If it's not the one you pick, then it's a 2 times for that hero. Then it's a 4 times for that hero if it still don't get it. Then it's a 10 times for that hero. And then it's a 20 times of that hero. But technically you're still never guaranteed the hero because you could just have really bad luck and only pull every other person. If I summon and I get Urion or Tall War, I'm going to be so annoyed. And the problem is, the pities are split. So I don't even know how many, when did I last get a legendary on this banner to hit this 54? I don't remember. So am I fresh off a pity? I don't know. So this starts a fresh pity of 35. It could take me 35 is the max here to guarantee a legendary. So this whole pity is boom, 35. That's it, period. So this is definitely the kind of thing, if you are going to summon on these banners, only do single pulls. Because the second you hit the pity, if you got who you want and you want to jump off the banner, any extra summons you want to put back on wherever else you're pulling. So this is a really big debate for me too, because if I have to hit a pity here, that means I'm wasting a lot of my Worm Arrow or spending, which will make it a lot harder for me to actually hit 80 within the next 18 days, 17 days. The only reason I have 54 out of 80 already is because I started off with a bunch to begin with. If you guys want to see my first day of summons, I do have a video that's like the day 1 of gameplay, and it includes my summons, and there are timestamps. But I will show you here that so far, my account, these are who I have for legendaries. All right, yeah, that's kind of it. I'm really, really loving Ogok. I didn't think I would. At first, I kind of thought, and then I really read his kit a bit deeper. I feel like I was kind of missing how good he actually is. And he's really fun. I am hoping to build a summoner team with this guy. But honestly, he's just not that good with, and I think Prems does a lot better. He's all right. But honestly, Zarloth, the Epic, was hitting harder than he was with better gear. So my thought is, my first main team now is Flora, Tunnelnon, Erich, and I'm going to build Elfie. I want to test Elfie in the Vortex boss instead of Erich to see if enabling everyone else to have more successful wild procs, plus have his battle skill hit pretty hard, ignoring defense. I think he might do more damage against the guild boss and help enable the whole team too. So my plan eventually is to build Elfie just for Vortex to see if I can enable my Flora and my Tunnelnon to do more damage. But I think before that, I'm kind of working on my secondary team for a secondary synergy for farming things like the Flame Domain. So like I have Urion and Voresh, and then I can change the Traveler to Ice. That gives me a 3 synergy there. But what I really want to do is I'm building Zarloth next to go with them. So this can be a really great synergy as well. Then, if I decide to go Frost, I've got Oster and Okadir that I could build also with Voresh and Zarloth for just a ton of damage. Like, that could be so much fun. At least they have some AoE for farming Goblin, which is not exactly the case for Flora and Tonalnon. This has been a struggle starting with them. I kind of wish I didn't start with them, but the guild boss result was just so good. Sorry, the Vortex boss result was just so much fun to see the potential of her, even with no extra awakenings or anything fancy, that I kind of stuck with it and made it work. I thought I could farm enough, but I am having a little bit of regrets of not going maybe with this Frost team first. But that's probably going to be a secondary thought. But if I can get Premsa, I'm probably going to go Summoner team and just see what I can do. It could be fun. Because I don't need the Summoner team for Guild Boss, Vortex, because I've got Flora and Tonalnon for that. So that's kind of my direction of my account here. And yeah, I'm missing a lot of the new epics, of course. But I really don't like these banners. They're really terrible. And part of me doesn't want to summon on any of these just out of principle to not support it, because this is not a boosted rate. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know. Because there's literally no point, except for the fact that there's a smaller pool of heroes to pull from. So I guess that's the point. The point is, I have a higher chance of pulling Premsa, because there's less heroes that can be pulled to begin with. So I don't know. I wouldn't be mad if I pulled Vekana. She's amazing. And I do have Fire and Poison already as a synergy. I feel like Asilia used to be amazing, but then people seem to not love her now. I think maybe it's just the synergy being different. It kind of changes the teams up a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know if I want... I have to get more in tune with Charlatch. I feel like he used to be really good, but I have no idea if he actually still is. He was good during CBT 1, but CBT 2 they changed him a lot and just doesn't quite have the impact. So yeah, this is my long debate, guys. I know this is 8 minutes into the conversation here without summoning, but I wanted to show you my account. Yeah, this is my Season 0 account. I turned on that music for the summons because why not? And yeah, the Season 0 account is popping, so this is technically a Season 2 for me, which is really fun. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. I don't even know why. I don't really is terrible. If you're only going for one legendary, it's not really worth it, because then you've already blown your chance. But you know what? We're gonna get one from the pool. It is what it is. Let's get someone from that pool. If it's Tall War, I'm gonna be extremely bummed and annoyed. If it's Urion, at least I could buy a really good Frost legendary artifact to make my Oster or my Okadir better. So that might not be so bad. But I really want Prem. She's just so cool. I'm pregnant as well. I'm 12 weeks pregnant. I should be creeped out by her, but I think she's amazing. Alright. I'm gonna do single pulls because, again, if I get lucky early, I don't want to waste pulling on this banner any more than I have to. So let's build up some drama, guys. Let's build up some drama. Ooh, that's loud. Let me turn it down. I kind of wanted to do a hero showcase as well, so hope you don't mind me chatting a little bit this time. I haven't really checked in for my main account here, so it's kind of time to check in. The bottom of the portal glowing makes it look like you're gonna get a legendary, and so far we're all rares. That's so deceiving. The bottom glowing orange, like until it hits the very bottom, makes you think that it's going to give you a legendary. Like that glow at the bottom, and then boom, it's not. Okay, well there's an epic. Another Tonalnon who is part of this, which I already have, so that's a dupe, but that's fine. This is a good banner to pull on if you want a Tonalnon, because yeah, it's boosted. Ugh. So my plan is to buy more with Wormaro if I don't get it quickly. But I have bad luck with single pulls, so I should be doing 5 pulls, but I just don't want to waste. Alright, another epic. Pargu. Okay, I think I have almost all the epics, if not all the epics already on this banner, though. So yeah, coming in from another season, there's... Oh! Already got one! Oh! The Blessed Hero's probability boost is now 2 times. Bruh. I literally said, you know, it's gonna be a dupe. I knew it. I had a bad feeling about this. But the reality is... Okay, so let's take a look. I've already crunched one of his blessings once. So, you know, if you get a dupe legendary, you can inspire them, right? So what's his first inspiration? When taking damage equal to 20% of the hero's max HP, it has a 50% chance of dispelling a debuff from the hero. This skill only takes effects once per period. Well, what's a fucking period? Does anyone 100% know for sure what they mean once per period? Please tell me in the comments below. This has annoyed the hell out of me. I always remember Dan saying the same thing. Once per period. What's a goddamn period? Is it the whole battle? Is it one wave? Is it X amount of seconds that they're not telling us? Like, what is a period? That's a very, really annoying statement, because a period could be what? What period of time? A period of the whole battle? That's so vague. But I really do love this as an inspiration for a tank. Chances of dispelling debuffs from him is great. But I think I'll get more value out of purchasing a legendary artifact for my really great frost people, like Oster. So let's take a look at the frost artifacts. Let's look at the exclusives. We have Winter Sun Ring. When the wearer deals damage to enemies under frost, it gains 30% chance of producing a driving hail centered on them, inflicting 300% cold damage on enemies. Driving hail can only take effect once per, and then it reduced up to only once every 4 seconds. Ooh. I feel like this is the one I've seen on people that are Krakens. So let's look. Mark of the Ice Calamity. The frost inflicted by the wearer has a 50% chance of being... to be undispellable. Ooh, after the wearer successfully inflicts frost on the enemy, the cold damage dealt will be increased by X amount up to whatever. Okay, so... This sounds cool for Arena, which is where I'm actually using my frost team right now as Arena. But this feels like it could be useful everywhere. So if I did end up making a frost team for mostly farming Goblin, which I think they'd be pretty good for, considering double AoE ultimates with, or battle skill and ultimate, I mean. Double AoE skills with, Okadir and a nice big ult with Oster. Definitely possible. I could bring Usha in the mix. You know, there's so many possibilities. Voresh, that team could be really popping for Goblin. This sounds like it's going to help everything, including Goblin, including PvE. I think I might just do this now. Let's be impulsive, guys. My summons were impulsive. I randomly decided I was going to do that. Ooh, and it gives crit rate and attack. Perfect. A base crit rate increase. Oh, that's so good. That's going to make it so much easier to build one of my dudes. I'm doing this. Now, I'm not even going to look at all the other ones. Okay, actually, I should tell you. Just so you know, I have one on deck from Sutha that I don't think I'm going to use. I know Sutha's okay, but I don't think worth it for putting an inspiration on her. I'd rather buy something special. So I'm actually saving the extra in case I get a dupe Flora, so I can have another... Sutha's I used. Oops. Durango. Durango's I didn't use yet, but I could use his here. I also was debating about using Durango's to buy this. I feel like although Poison Explosion is not as ideal unless it's something like Goblin or Arena. But if you're doing long-term battles, I feel like the actual poisons staying on the enemies is what's more important, not exploding them. It's keeping poisons up and letting them tick for everybody. So one of these poison things could be kind of fun as well, but I think I'm going to save it for the exclusive for Flora, just to have one on deck always for that. So that's kind of what I have. And then I've already purchased the Rift Hourglass, which is 100 skill haste. So good. And then Witch's Remains is always my first purchase for the big version of a defense penalty. So that's really fun too. But alright, let's do it. Let's be impulsive. This is a fun, chill kind of summon video. A little bit of a check-in. Impulsive summons and hero showcase, right? So let's finish out the hero showcase. I was showing you guys my account. So let me show you what else I have and what my other plans are. So again, this is my Season 0 account. Rolled in. I already got a ton of new Legos. So I had gotten Ogok and Oster. There are Zillas and a second Durango, a second Sutha, and now a third Urion are what I pulled so far. I could have him inspired 2 already. Or inspired 3. I can't remember, honestly. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, inspired 2. So that's what I got for Legendary so far. But honestly, he's probably my favorite new character to be, like, in general, that I have on my account. I was having a lot of fun playing with him, and I really want him a lot for my main account. Like I said, I'm gonna get Elfie going to try for Vortex. Dane, I just pulled for the first time like yesterday or the day before, so I'm really happy for that. But honestly, I really like him for the decreased attack, but it's a small version, and it's not, or it is 100%, but small version. And the healing prohibition is okay, but not 100%. And I feel like just using the rare, Sigrid, who's new for me now, yay. I feel like she's way better for healing prohibition and she has the big version of decreased attack. So sadly, Sigrid replaces Dane for most use. The only difference is you could say he's going to be more consistent for AoE damage because you don't have to worry about her having debuffs in order to do AoE damage. But keep in mind, like, if you have debuffs on all the targets, like all of them, has to be all of them, she's going, or to do a full AoE, she will attack whoever has debuffs. It becomes an AoE, but she's not good for that, obviously. She's not going to be good somewhere like Goblin, unless you have a lot of allies placing debuffs. But I think that is a really good addition to my team, because I am fire and poison focused, so I'll probably add her to the mix for sake of anywhere I need healing prohibition, and maybe even goblin farming. But no, I think at the end of the day, my goblin farming is going to be what I already talked about. Although I am starting to get some good Dauntless options. And so, and I got Nathaniel as support for Lightning, and he sounds so good. Like, I'm tempted to build him just as a swing support unit that I could use anywhere, no matter what affinity, because he's got shields, defense up. Love that. He's got this dispelling a debuff, recovery over time. And when a buff expires, he heals the ally with the lowest HP. Max HP by 24 in all battles, or like, I feel like he's a top tier support that could be a flex. On my free-to-play series, I actually got him on Starlight Challenge. I actually got Skink, and oh, I forgot I have Garion. Oh, so many fun options to play with on this account. But this guy, yeah, I think I might actually get him involved for some free-to-play action, because he's gonna put up a ton of poisons. 5 times. Up to 5 times here, 5 times. Well, this one's only gonna bounce once. So that's gonna be 1 stack in Guild Boss. This is gonna be 5 stacks in, sorry, Vortex. And then ignoring defense. I think he has great potential for Vortex. I was actually getting him confused with the little rare mouse, thinking he was bad. But no, the rare one sounds meh, but this one sounds great. So that might be something I do in the free-to-play, but I don't think I'm gonna do it here. I think my other heroes to highlight, I don't know. I mean, my rally is definitely lacking. I don't see myself doing rally anytime soon. This is kind of about it. So that's gonna be something I wouldn't do until I get some, maybe a legendary, you know. I feel like I'd want like Filto, because I have so much fun options with Wild, with Summon, with Frost, and even with Poison. I don't know that I really like Durango though. He just sounds like he's completely complicated and really hard to use. But yeah, this was a fun little impulsive video of me doing a little bit of a hero showcase. And also impulsively summoning and only getting a dupe and saying, you know what, it is what it is. So like I said, guys, I'm gonna wrap up with this. I'm not going to keep pulling on this banner, even though every time the chances are going to increase. Okay. I'm not going to do it. I said I'd pull until I got one Lego and stop. I'm going to go back to this banner because I want to make sure I hit this 80 in time. Now, it does look like we're going to get more of those banners, but new players should not wait. That's the problem. So we could start giving the advice of Heliolite Aggregation is the name of the same thing that's open right now. And another one's going to start as soon as that one ends. And then as soon as that one ends, another one's going to start. So you could say to wait until you have 80 and then go ham. But who's going to wait until you have 80? Are you just not going to pull all season long? That's not right. That doesn't make sense. It's more like do it if you're going to spend. But don't wait all season to pull, unless you're doing something like me. So like, if you're gonna do the Starlight Challenge, that actually works perfect because it's like, this season I'm not gonna pull any Heliolite die. The next season I'll pull everything I got, right? So maybe it'll accrue and add up and make for one of these fun 80 events a little bit more worthy. But I really, really beg of the developers to change this. If you're gonna do this every month, don't make it 80. Make it 20. Make it 20. The only reason I have 54 is because I started with 40. Even my advanced account has only pulled 14 on this banner since launch. I've only got so many, but I had 40 something to start with. So that's the only reason I have so many. It's just unattainable for anybody. And there's literally like nothing someone can do free to play. What's the fun of a banner if someone can't even really save for it? Because we don't get enough to really save for them. So I really hope they redesign their events. I'm not saying they have to change their whole system, although we all would appreciate if they let us have a 0.5% chance to get a legendary on a Starlight die. But it sounds like that's never going to happen because they're stubborn. But yeah, maybe they will somehow consider changing their events to be available for everybody. Why would you have events if literally 2% of the people are gonna do them? Okay, 10% at most? That's being generous. It just doesn't make sense. But alright, little bit of a rant, but hey, we had fun. I got a legendary. I got a new shiny toy. My new shiny toy is going to be what goes on my Frost guys, so I'm really excited for that, honestly. I'm actually quite excited for that. Like, I'm going to go put this on my guy in an arena. Like, probably on Oster. Or maybe even Okadir. Either one, honestly. Either one. But I really like this ring. I hope it's a good choice. I hope I don't regret that one. But, alright, for real. That's gonna be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching my Summons and Hero Showcase. And I'll see you in the next one.